All right, well, here's a dry run to Jimmy Somaeck's podcast, a 1:30 a.m. rant on Netflix's first major sporting event, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Now, full disclosure, I've never really been into boxing. I've never really watched boxing other than, like reruns of like the great fights of yesteryear. So, as an introduction to boxing, take this for what it's worth. First note, Netflix not ready for live sporting events. The production of this event was piss poor. I think for a period of 7 minutes, I had the video going. I had absolutely no sound. When I did have sound, it was disorganized. You can hear like the cues going from ringside to the ring announcer, like the in-between fight interviews. I think it was Evander Holyfield, didn't have a working mic, had to be interviewed by one of the guys who was also being interviewed. Piss poor, man. HBO has got to be laughing their pants off. They got a major contract with WWE starting in January. They really got to pick up their game if they really want to get into the live sporting event business. That's all I'll say about Netflix. About the card. Undercard was all right. Goyat Nunes was a clown show. It was a circus. Yeah, the right guy won, but like the whole thrusting and clowning around. I can't believe that guy got picked up by Jake Paul's promotion. Yeah, I guess it's boxing is big in India, but he's an absolute clown. Kind of wanted him to get knocked out. The Barrios Ramos fight, fitting end to what was an absolute war. For somebody new to boxing, that was a fight that served as a really good introduction to boxing. The Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano fight, this is going to go down in infamy as probably the most controversial boxing decision. This fight served paradoxically as a reason to watch women's boxing and also a reason to not watch boxing in general. Serrano got absolutely robbed. I mentioned that on social media. A lot of people tend to agree with that assessment. Serrano herself is on social media seeming to agree with that decision in no certain terms. I think one of the beauties of Netflix is, because they allow the swearing and they allow the truth telling. I mean, the civility takes a back seat to being able to express one's true feelings. And so it was cool to see Amanda Serrano and her corner, while in the ring after the fight, really talk about what they thought of Katie Taylor's antics. Again, first time watching seriously a boxing event. Katie Taylor, I thought, should have been disqualified. As a fighter, I'm sure she's a fine fighter. And the fight itself was good. If you take all the headbutting out, it was actually a pretty decent fight. But I thought it was dirty, 100% dirty, no business in the sport. It was disgraceful to watch. That cut is fucking nasty. So first of all, kudos on the officials for keeping the fight going. Kudos to Amanda Serrano for being an absolute warrior. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Well, look. Jake Paul, if he wasn't the Mr. Beast of boxing, he'd probably be a decent amateur boxer. That fight was a joke. Kudos to Mike Tyson for going toe-to-toe with a guy who's less than half his age. But, I mean, he could have gotten seriously injured. The fact that it was a sanctioned fight, I noticed that all the judges, the referee, they were all from Texas, so I'm assuming that's because no other state in the country would sanction that fight. Look, I mean, Jake Paul assured a payday for all of those fighters, but him being a main event boxer, this fight did not show me that at all.